Yes, and we are live, Mr. Mark. So kindly, I would like you to introduce yourself, what your company does, how you can help Kenyans and other people across the world wapate these good skills zile zinaweza wafanya wapate remote jobs na some other wanaweza pata employment actually wakiwa in their homes. So hebu tuanze kwanza, what kind of skills are these and what does your company do?
Yes, asante sana Mtembei. Kwa majina Ouma, Mak'Ouma, Geoffrey ukipenda pia. I live in this area of US. And so I will start by telling you what we do and how you can benefit from it. So I happen to be the CEO of SEVENETT, which is a ed tech company registered in Washington State. Mainly, it's meant to help upskilling. So it helps people who want to get to tech or those who want to complement what they're doing by getting more skills in tech, or those who want to switch career from whatever they're doing to something else, which is tech based. So we help adults, adults, I mean 18 years and above. The youngest one we ever had was 18 years, and the oldest one is 65 years. That means right from high school, you can join our training. Whether you have a bachelor degree, master's degree, we have students who've had PhD and they're doing the second PhD, taking part in this training. So we at SEVENETT, we offer training in tech. Basically, I mean data analytics. Now, data analytics deals with looking at live set of data, uh, manipulating this data, analyzing it, creating dashboard for decision making. So people understand how important data is today. Big companies make millions by using data. So data moves the world. So your work as analyst in this case would be to look at that like set of data, analyze it for decision making. Now, assume you're working for organization. So after the analyzing, create nice dashboards, and then that you share with your seniors, and then they can use that for decision making. So we do our training for upskilling or bootcamp training, which runs for 5 months. The first part of training, then after that, you can be able to become data analyst, and then you may come back for a second part of training that makes you become either data scientist or engineer or something higher than that, or senior data analyst. So that is what we do as the part of our training. Now, second part of the training is that we work to support kids. Kids, I mean anyone 5 years and above, 5 years to 16 years, we help them. So we don't have to wait until they get adults to be able to get into tech world. They can start getting into to the tech world as early as 5 years. So if you're 5 years, you can be able to get into coding classes, learn how to do programming, starting from block-based kind of coding where you have to move blocks from here and there. I'll give you a typical example on how you can go about that. And then it gets to a point where now you can be able to write some few codes and there using Java, C++, C Sharp, and such kind. So they can be able to develop programs and applications that can be able to solve real world problem. Example, developing games and web-based applications. That's some example of the apps that they can be able to develop. Now, if you're 5 years or your child is 5 years, you have not someone who's 5 years, and you wonder, will they be able to get into this? Right? You can do it. So I'll give you example. I have in our classes like 5 years old kid. So they start from moving the blocks using a program called Scratch. So you may want to ask them to create a dog that will bark 2 times every 30 minutes. So, and then maybe this dog will come, make 3 steps behind, a way that, alert someone in the house. You can do that, and they'll be doing that using block based, so they someone moving. So that helps them. And I need you to understand why or what the benefit that a kid will get by getting into this class. One, They can be able to expand their thinking or critical thinking capability. Analytical skills will be sharpened. They can be able to complement academic work with this, because this helps them to be able to have what called solve problem skills. So it's been proven that anyone who does coding tend to do well, mostly in STEM, which is science, engineering, and technology. So that helps a lot to help to develop them. So you realize that in most cases, a child who is doing coding, who's learning this skill, will be a bit, ahead of class in terms of how they look at the problems, how they think, and how they be able to solve problems, how they analyze a problem. So these are benefits that a kid can get out of this. Now, let me go back to the first one I talked about, data analytics. Why would you want to get into data analytics? One, and I would say specifically our training. Our training are meant for Africa or African immigrants. The training that we are doing is tailored to meet the needs of Africans. It's not. Africans, we have unique problems. Whether you're in the US, whether you're in UK, whether you're in Kenya, whether you're in another place you are. Our challenges that we face are a bit unique. Positively, you realize that you never had a chance, if you are my age, you never had a chance to use computers until you are either in college or you are done with high school. That's when they tell you, oh, a $200 package, what do you call it? They used to call it $200 computer packages. That's what people do, okay? But, those are different. So when you're in this place like where I am, where somebody was exposed to this technology right when they were 5 years, it's different. So that's why we try to tend to tailor this training that we do for adults to meet the African needs. They are more flexible. They allow you to work. To work during daytime and attend classes evening. The classes run for 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. That allows you to be able to have one-on-one session, instructor led. The lecturer must be there. We have qualified industry experts that are going to support you in your journey, so that in the next 5 years you should be able to use different tools, including SQL or SQL. You can be able to use Power BI, Python, and Excel to be able to analyze data and be able to create nice dashboard, appealing nice dashboards, trends to identify patterns and trends that can be used for decision making. So that is second two things that we do. Third thing that we do as an organization, that is SEVENETT, we have an application or app. This app help especially if you're outside Kenya, to navigate in the new environment. The challenges, you understand, you're in a different, continent, I mean, different continent, but the challenges are the same. You get to a new place. It's fitting into this new environment becomes a challenge. So, right. So this application will be able to provide you with one product, services, resources, and information to allow you to navigate through, new environment. So take an example. You're looking for a legal person, right? You don't know where to search for. Now, this app will be able to give you opportunity to filter, to be able to get exactly what you want within an environment, including legal services, immigration services, integration services, school or education services. It gives you many options. So if you go to somebody's asked about the contact, I will be able to share with you the contact. Now, the most important thing, I need to go to SEVENETT. I wish it was there. I think it should be able to be running down there. Go to 7net.net. You will be able to get our contact. We have a phone number there. We have email address there. The phone number is 425-766-4431. So visit our website, you're able to understand. So if you look at our website, you get to our website, the first thing you see is the landing page, home page. You can be able to see the second one, data analytics. The second tab or menu will be about Code 7, which is coding classes for kids. And then the second one is NviSmart, which is the application I'm talking about. So let me proceed with the application I'm talking about. Apart from giving you the information that you need, this application has a marketplace or online hub where we're looking for a person who, like me, who is an environment, I'm looking for unga ugali. I remember one of the things that inspired me to come up with this app was I was looking for unga ugali. And so I had to just search on the Google, and I was able to see something close to African dish. So when I went, I went to the three places. They were all West African, and then I ended up eating some, food that wasn't familiar to me. So I ended, and then I had to go to Amazon to be able to get unga ugali. It was another state. So this person I found I was in Maryland. So this thing again had to be shipped from Maryland to where I am, right? So those are things that I'm looking at it. I'm looking for somebody who can be able to sell African attire. I like having this always every time that I have. And the only time that I get them is when I go back to Kenya. So this is what I have. Okay. Yeah, probably a Kenyan. So anytime I'm looking for this thing, I have to go back to Kenya to be able to get this. So I'm looking for somebody who has like some kind of business that deals with African attires, for example, some jewelry or something that bring us back to home, or something that we are used to, including ugali, blue band, those kind of food, or more, all those kind of things that we're used to. So if you are back there and you want to use this app, you can be able to sign up. Just it's free. Using this app is going to be free for anyone. What it's going to do is going to provide a platform for you to be able to reach your global audience. Somebody looking for what you are selling, whether you are in Kenya, whether you are in you know in other places, it can be able to use this app. So with those are the three things, the products that we talk about: coding for kids, data analytics for adults, and of course, NviSupport app, NviSmart app that allows you to be able to get this information, both marketplace and as well as information and resources that can allow you to survive and navigate. And I also need to understand this point, right? If you're in Kenya and you're looking for position or opportunity to study in America, now it's going to be very difficult for you to be able to identify the university. There are many, many universities here. Now, in this app that I'm talking about, it has over 6,500 universities, colleges and universities in America. So you have all these things under the same roof. You just need to filter in terms of the course you're looking for, maybe probably the state you're looking for, and then you can be able to get zero down to one or two, three universities or colleges that you're looking for. Then you can be able to start talking to them, enroll, and get the opportunity to study abroad. So this is something that you can easily do right from where you are, whether in Nairobi. And also need to mention, while is global, there are many things that have changed. And you don't have to be in America to work for American company. You don't have to be in Europe to work for a European company. I know quite a number of people. I was talking to someone just early in the morning that he has a colleague, no, she has a colleague who works with them during daytime. Nighttime, this guy works for American company. This guy is paid 5,500 US dollars. If my math serves me right, that would be about 600, 700,000 at nighttime. Daytime, he works for a Kenyan company. So that guy makes, I would say, makes simple Kenya shillings over 1 million every month. But the guy is based in Nairobi. You simply need to get the skill right. This guy is a data analyst. So this skill that we talk about will give you power to achieve what could not be achieved while seated in your own house. So if you want to do this thing, we have our training going on in Kenya as well as here in America. So do it right now. We have the next intake coming up in the first week of February. You can start your journey today. You don't have to be here. And I don't want people to, if you want to be here in America, if you want to be in UK like you are, you have the right, you can do that. But again, I'm giving you power to work right from your village. As long as you have internet, you can work and earn money and get a decent life that you're looking for. I think I've done my introduction. I just want to see if any questions that I need to address.
Yeah, you've talked about young children as young as 5 years. So can they start learning skills from that age, like
Yes. So
that analyst?
yeah. So what happens? You just need to have a parent around, so that you can help them. Sometimes, especially if they're getting used to laptops and computers for the first time. So you just need to be, especially if the laptop is not the one that it just screen, you can touch on the screen and be able to navigate using the screen, the touch option. Then a parent may be able to guide them. But with time, they get used to that. So we have teachers who can be able to walk down with them, professionally trained to support these kids.
Oh, okay, okay. So a Kenyan,
Mhm.
someone ako pale Kenya,
Mhm.
he or she wants to start doing this. They're
Yep.
interested in data analysis. What's the other something security? Some,
Cybersecurity.
yeah, cyber security, whatever.
Mhm.
Where can they find you, and how long is this training?
Good. So let me. I see somebody asking a question. Genuine application, please. I'm not sure they're asking whether the application is genuine. Now,
No, I think they're asking for that application that you sent about applying to schools.
yeah. So I'm sure, but I think I need to what you need to do. I need you to go to 7net.net, and then you can be able to see the first tab is homepage, and then landing page, homepage. The next one is data analytics. The third one should be code 7, and then the next one is NviSupport. You click on NviSupport, it will take you to another page. Now that page is the application I'm talking about. In that you're going to see the resources available. You're going to see homepage, and then the next one should be advertise here, where you can be able to list your company if you're running a company. Most important thing, the company must have a social presence. Okay, legal entity. It must be at something that doing legal business. The business that's very legal. It must have a legal social media presence or website, so that people can trace, because we don't want just have anyone just posting to be a business person, and then that be something that is illegal. So we must be able, because we are going to have a number of people monitoring your business to make sure that it's a legal business. So must be have social presence. It must have or either a social media presence, or it must have a website that can help be able to trace which kind of business you are doing. So you list your business there, people can be able to find you and do business with you. So let me go back to your question. You would ask where they can find me, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, we are available. We have our Nairobi campus headed by our regional coordinator. But all the information, as long as you get to our website, you can be able to get all the communication that you have. We have info at 7net.net. That's our website. That's our email address. You go to our website, you have a phone number, and I can repeat the phone number again. But
The phone number, can you repeat that phone number?
but it has to be a WhatsApp because when you call from there, it can be, if in Kenya, then it can be a challenge. So +1 425 seven
Plus
six six
one plus 1 4 2 5.
yes 766
1 4 2 5 7 6
66
six
seven
six
six six. Okay, 4431. Let me repeat. Plus
7
one
6.
plus one four
Mhm.
two five 766 4431.
So 6 is 2 times.
Yes, +1 425 766 4431.
Okay, let me have it scrolling down there.
Yeah,
So guys, you can see the contact there.
yeah.
Scrolling, the website is 7net 7
7net.net. 7net.net.
7net.net.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
there. So someone wants to be a cybersecurity analyst. The process. What's the process?
Uh, I believe, let me start by saying this. Do not say that tech is for some specific people. Whether you're working as a marketer today, whether you are trained as a human resource person, whether you are in distribution, supply chain, tech is going to affect you directly. So it is time to think about how you're getting into tech, because it has changed, that things that were used by manual way of doing things, okay, conventional way of doing things, can never be the same. Right now we talk about AI. People talk about AI coming after your jobs. And I tell people, AI will for sure affect how we do things. It will change drastically how things are done in the next coming years. Now, AI will not take your job. Somebody will do it. If you stop learning. The best you can do, justice you can do to yourself, is go to school. Keep on learning. Learn every day, so that if, for example, you talk about 10 people in a company, and some 5 people have to go, then don't find yourself among the people who are going. You find yourself among the people who are going to remain. Okay? Now, AI, machine learning, big data analytics, they are the big things in the next coming years. Now, cybersecurity would be, for me, if you ask me, I would say it, data analytics, number one. Cybersecurity would come number two. Because again, all these things we talk about how secure is that exactly I just mentioned, how you can be able to qualify to be able to use our app. You must be have legal presence. So cybersecurity is very important because as much as you're sharing, people don't need to understand. WhatsApp, for example, it's an app that is being used in Kenya mostly, here in the US as well. This guy never meant to make money out of this, but that WhatsApp was sold over billions, 3 billion USD to Facebook, and they were not making any money. They were making losses at that time. It's because they are sharing data. Now, data analytics or data moves the world. Every company is hungry right now to get something about you, to use your data. So if you're going to analyze, you're going to get in a profession one that deals with data, then you are right. Whether it's going to be cybersecurity, go for it. Whether you're going to be data analytics, go for it. Anything touches AI, machine learning, big data analytics, it's a course, it's the right way to do. If you are in marketing today, get to this course. It runs for 5 months. After 5 months, you can use that to leverage what you're doing. You can have advantage over the others in terms of the skill set that you have that will allow you either to get more, get promotion, or allow you to survive in case of people have to go home because of a reason or so. Now that helps you to become marketable. That even if a company A does not need your service anymore, you can easily switch to a company B. You can work like an example. So the gentleman I talked to about earlier, who works during daytime and makes almost 4 times what he makes during daytime by working for an American company. Now,
Before we endelee kabisa,
mm,
um, about this data analyst,
mm,
what are the qualifications? For example, in Kenya, someone has done KCSE,
mm,
they have scored D plus, C minuses, C pluses.
yeah,
They are not qualified to go to university. So
yeah.
what's the qualification ya kufanya this data analyst?
The good thing with tech is degree is a plus, but you don't have to have a degree. Let me give you an example. Bill Gates, who became richest man and for a very long time, didn't get a degree, didn't have to have a degree. Mark Zuckerberg, an example, didn't have to have a degree to get to be rich. He became number 2 at one point, right? He's rich among the top 10. He's number 8 right now. In terms of richest man. I can go on and on and on and tell you a lot of so many people. Steve Jobs, he didn't have to get a degree. So for me, in tech, even if I was to go back, I went through education. I've gone a lot, I achieved a lot in terms of education. But if I was to go back, I would focus more of building my skills than going to school, like getting more degree. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you don't go to school. Go to school if you can. Okay. But I need you to, by the time you get to second year in a university campus, think about a skill. It took me too late. I remember my first time was I had already graduated from my first degree. I was like, okay, so what happens if I don't get a job? That's when I started getting into this kind of, trying to come up with some business. I raised my first company in Kenya about 10 years ago now. Yeah, think about on how we can be able to, get the impact and change the world. Now, you don't have to have a degree to get this course. What you need is to have a basic, I would say, high school education. You have some basic math knowledge. Because for you to be data analyst, you need to think critically. Like, for example, looking light set of data, like, what are you going to do? How are you going to solve the problem? Like, for give example, I have a group of people. I'm looking for men who were born in within the year of 2001 and 2002. Now, that's what is I'm required to do. It is upon me as a data analyst to think critically, like look at that problem and say, how am I going to get that exact extract what I need? Okay. Now, there are these tools that are going to support you in doing this decision. I mean, help you go through about that. What you just need to know, you just need to know what to be put into the system and what to be, to be done, how to manipulate to better get what you're doing, what you're getting, and what the result. So you don't have to be so much good in math. You just need to have a basic knowledge, and what you just need as the main thing is be able to think critically, analytically, and be able to communicate the result after creating, identify the patterns and trends. Then you can be able to communicate to the decision makers that can make a decision. Now, I had said earlier that I have had a student who is doing second PhD. I have had students who just finished high school. Before they go to campus, they already finished with 5 months training. They get to campus. This guy will never reason like somebody who just went straight from high school to campus. This guy is somebody who is in second year, start thinking on how to can do looking for jobs. So he can be able to get jobs. By the time he's graduating, he's already established. He's talking about 4 years experience. This is a person that you can never match in most cases. So you don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have a PhD, masters, or whatever. As long as you have high school, you can start your journey right now.
So where is the training taking place?
Yes. So the training is so we, let's say that we have a campus in Nairobi. We have here, but even here in US, and the training, because we have three different, maybe four different time zones. So the training are done virtually online, but instructor led. I think this is very important. They're not giving you notes to read on your own. We are having an extra instructor coming in your class. Now the classes in Kenya, if you're based in Kenya, then you can start your classes from 8 p.m. So it runs for 2 hours, 8 p.m. to 10, 11. That's when the classes run in Kenya, in Nairobi. So you can leave work, drive home or get home, sit down in front of your laptop and wait for the instructor to join the class. So you don't have to physically meet. But if there's a need, some of our trainers are in Nairobi, because the Nairobi training is done kind of independently. But of course, we have trainers who are based here, out here, and other places. But also, you have our coordinator right in Nairobi, can be able to support you in case you need such kind of support. But I also need to understand, because even if you want to work, in most cases you work remotely. You don't have to go physically to the office. So you need to get that culture of developing this thing of working remotely, studying remotely, working remotely, because that's kind of the life that you're going to face even after the training.
So basically, you are saying that once someone has done their KCSE level, they can qualify for this data analyst, cyber security, whichever skills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's and how much is the cost as we come to the end?
So it depends. I also need to understand that I say there are two courses. The one that's done here and the other one done in Kenya. So if you're doing it right here, it's going to be 5,000 US dollars. If you're doing it here, but it has some advantages, because especially the second part of training. So you go through the training and then we go to the second part, which is called career services, where you get to work with the team who are industry experts here, those who can support you to make sure that they will stay with you until you get a job. Okay, so there's a difference. The difference that this guy have to be with you until you get a job when you're here. Now, when you're in Kenya, we support you, okay, but we can't guarantee that we're going to be there with you until you get a job, and that's what makes a difference. So if in Kenya you're paying 150,000 Kenya shillings for the 5 month training, again you don't have to pay everything at once. You just have a payment plan. So Kenya, let me repeat that, it's going to be 150,000 Kenya shillings, but if you're doing it here, it's 5,000 USD.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's your final advice to the young people who want to join you guys in US, who want to do some tech courses, who wants to get jobs? Wakenya wengi hawana kazi sahi.
Yeah.
Everyone is looking for jobs. Now, what I came to learn is that people don't know that skills ndio zinauza sana. For example, mimi I've done video editing. That's something that I've done and it has propelled me to whatever I am today.
Yeah.
But ukiambia watu simple skills ndio zinaweza lipa even better than the white collar jobs, it's like they don't agree. For example, in US, how much are the security analysts and data analysts paying?
Okay. So maybe I want to mention this. Data analytics last year was voted the most demand job. It means that as a data analyst or data analysis is a profession of its own. That is, you can become data analyst, senior data analyst, data scientist, and engineer, and you can grow to become chief tech officer, and of course you can grow in the company. So it's a profession of its own. Now, this course complements all other courses. If you're in the hostel, You do this course, become healthcare analyst. Even in the hospital, you can be data analyst within the hospital. You can become pharmacy analyst. Okay, and there's so many. I would say over 50 people roles that you can do as data analyst in the healthcare. Same to any other human resource. Now we have applications that need to be analyzed. Point of sales. There's an analyst working as a point of sale in a trade or grocery store or some kind of. So what I mean in it can be used virtually everywhere. So it's a trend that it's in demand because you're not just limited to one profession. It can be used across the board. I was talking to a friend of mine who works for some airline here in US, and he's telling me how he came here as a doctor, medical doctor. He was doing his masters here, and then at the day he had to finish the masters. He came back to doing data analysis, and that's what gave him a job. He works now for America, and he's quite happy. And so it's not too late. You can do it, and again, the reason why I'm asking you, you talk about Kenyans not having jobs. I think we focus for a very long time, we focus our mind on getting a degree. Nakumbuka nikisoma, I used to be told, mazee mimi namaliza naenda campus, nikimaliza napata job. So everyone is just having that mindset, unamaliza napata job. And then shock on you, unamaliza kila mtu anakuangalia hivi. Imagine your parents had hope on you, wamekusomesha, they did whatever they sold, everything they did, they had to be able to make sure that you go to school. Then you're there, coming back, wewe unahitaji kuliko hao. No. So then I'm telling you, it's. I think we need to change. And I'm talking to young men who are in campuses, who are joining campuses, who think that the world is so rosy for them, they will be able to enjoy life. If you don't get skill, unless you're connected to somebody in the government, it can be a very challenging point for you. Get a skill. I've talked about people who are rich people today. The richest people today, out of 10, I can tell you, from Larry Page of Google to Larry Ellison of Oracle, to Bill Gates, to Zuckerberg, about 10 people, number 10 richest people in the world today. People talk about China. China, the ByteDance TikTok guys making huge money. Okay, they didn't have to go to school. I'm saying that going to school is bad, but I'm telling you, get a skill that you can hold on to in case you don't get a job. So how to get a job? If you keep on talk about you not having a job, na umekaa kale nyumbani unasumbua ama unasema mimi sina kazi, and you're not doing anything, this is a year to make a decision, make a turning point. What you need to do, think about what you want to do. Give yourself time. Say, I want to get a skill. And then after the skill, now your life will change. But if you there say you don't have a job, I mean, even if you to get to a job, then you have to have a skill. Degree is good, and I'm saying that it's nibaya. The degree is okay, get a degree, but the most important that will save you today, and I'm promising you this, is getting a skill. Get a skill, and then you see your life changing.
Okay, and what kind of skills, if you can mention just but a few for the people who want to learn?
So for example, anything. For me, I'm an advocate of tech. I love tech. I talk about tech every time. So I will tell you anything tech, whether it's going to be in cybersecurity, whether it's going to be now there's this thing called Web3, which is cryptocurrency. Okay, whether it's blockchain. Okay, blockchain. Whether it's blockchain, but I'll tell you, data analytics. You never go wrong with data analytics because AI is everything. So through data analytics, you can use Python as a program. We use R as a programming language. Then you can develop those algorithms. It's just simple. Just about creating algorithms that can be able to learn and like for example, what ChatGPT is doing, being able to learn and be able to get more information, process them in a short time and be able to give you that. So they're just models that you need to create algorithms that can be able to support what you're doing. How to start your journey into this world is just getting data analytics. And I'm telling you right now that we are starting this journey with you next month. If you're serious about it, check our contact below. Go to our website right now, SEVENETT.net, and let's start our journey today. We are going to tembea na wewe. Na mimi naambia jamaa, kama ukweli uko serious na kusoma, and I see the commitment. We see the commitment. You may not have the whole amount, but you see the commitment. Wacha tuongee hiyo siku. But I need to learn. I need to get the skill. I need us to change. And finally, just mention this. We created a forum, a platform called Kenya US Tech Forum. It's a forum, a platform that allows you and me and anyone who is in tech, who want to get to tech, to network, share ideas, and exchange knowledge. This is a forum that you need to get into so that you can network. I know great people, I wish I was able to mention the name, who were out here in America, went back to Kenya, doing great jobs. And these are people that I know, if you have done a good job and you have the skill, because again the day you have to have the skill, you have to master the skill. Then you can be able to say, come on, this guy needs to get you need to get a job, and they can be able to. I know also great people who are doing good jobs, coming up with a lot of innovations. You should be part of them. If you're not yet there, please check our website and let's start the journey together.
Okay, thank you. Before we end, let me go through some few questions hapa nikiangalia kama hii, how can we get your contact ziko hapa chini, they are running there, you can just use your WhatsApp. Then hello, where do someone in Kenya find genuine job application links? Yeah, just do a skill, and then utapata, you are not limited to Kenya, you can get.
Yeah. So once you get this course, you don't have to be limiting yourself to Kenya. So about genuine jobs, I don't know what genuine jobs are, but I know there are genuine jobs out there. You just need to do your due diligence to be able to find out that what you're getting. And again, LinkedIn. For me, if you're in LinkedIn and you are doing networking well, and then you can be able to find out. Of course, there's some website that can be a bit tricky, but build your portfolio, build your LinkedIn profile.
Then I wish I can get a chance of even Jengo. Super interior designs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not into Mjengo. I don't talk about tech, so I wish there was somebody I know you'd invite someone who will talk about Mjengo.
Then genuine application hub is the one that is 7net.net.
Yeah, SEVENETT. Yeah,
Utapata
7
whatever you want. Here nasema it's good to put contact, call, or WhatsApp. It's important, and you thank me later. The contact is there, the call is there for those in US. Mm, where will the training take place? Hiyo umeelezewa. Um, I ingine I have find a job long. Okay, I don't understand that, but I think anasema ametafuta job for long. Anauliza hapa, apart from tech skill, what other skills that need to be taken up?
So any skill that I will talk about or maybe think out there must be, for me, powered by tech.
Eh, For
So
me, for me,
yeah,
for me naweza muadvise pia, kama journalist anaweza fanya video editing.
yes,
Camera work si lazima, because we have very new equipment. You don't need skills kama
yes.
GoPro. You
Mhm.
don't need skills to start that. And then I can advise many people, ukijifunza anything, just to start a YouTube channel. It pays very well. So from there, thank you so much. After this, we will have this our live stream on Facebook, both Mutembei TV, Mutembei Official, and in YouTube and Facebook. Thank you, Mr. Mark.
Thank you so much, everyone, and have a good, happy New Year. Please may Lord bless you and make sure that help you achieve your dreams for this year. I hope to see you the other side of Tech World in the coming months. Thank you.